because you see jealousy.
Yep.
You know,
Let's touch on that.
You see jealousy.
Let's touch on that.
You see jealousy.
Yeah.
I think what holds a lot of people back, and even one of my very close friends, and she said, Micheline, I'm so proud that you've been able to do that, but she never was able. So it just depends on the individual, but don't let people hold you back. You know, everybody has a dream. You know, if people love you, they should. I'm supporting you.
Yeah.
You know, you want to do that, you go for it.
Yeah.
You know?
Woo, shit, yo, listen, it's Sunday night. She preaching to us right now.
We don't.
She preaching to us.
And so if I
She
listen,
preaching to us right now. She preaching to us.
if I you know, would listen to other people, I would never have had this experience.
Please say that again.
I would not have had this experience if I listened to other people, but I listened to my head and my heart, you know, and I have no regrets.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel bad for those who, you know, who don't agree with me.
Yeah.
And which means some people that you think are your friends or you think that are family that should be supporting you, they may not. Don't be angry with them. You just go ahead and do your life, do the right thing, enjoy your life. You know, it doesn't make any sense to stay, and because they want you to stay when you're not happy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
You should go for it. You know, I encourage all young people to go. And before I came, and I was in the States for a couple months, and I was at a certain place, and there was a young lady. She was just out of high school, but and so she was going, "Oh, you're moving to Portugal?" And she said, "I've never traveled." And oh my gosh, I don't even have a passport. And I said, well, if you want to travel, maybe you should find someone who travels, you know. And I said, you don't have to do it by yourself.
Yeah.
You find a friend, somebody who travels, and you travel with them. And I said, eventually you'll be able to travel on your own.
Yeah.
Or there'll be a situation comes up while you're traveling.
Yeah.
That you may have to, you know, branch out on your own, and you build a confidence. It doesn't mean when you travel that it's always that easy. But you learn and you feel stronger and better every time you do it. You feel more comfortable. You know, it's a process like anything else.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I love it. You know,
Yeah.
and I have no regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And you I didn't even have to ask the question because I was gonna. You answered it.
Sorry.
So no, you good. You making this easy. You know. So that's okay. So I'm gonna give some context or a scenario, right? Let's say there's a older single black woman out there from the States, from England, wherever, and they want to move abroad, right? They're interested in Portugal. Let's say that's like I think it's Portugal, and they're like there's that hump. They want to take the next step, right? What advice would you mentioned the pros and cons? You're giving advice upon you know, not worrying about your friends or family if they don't support you. But what advice would you give to them to like get over that hump, that to make the move?
You have to really want to do it, not doing it because of other people, but if it's something you really want to do, like anything else, you've got to do your homework.
Yeah.
You know, you need to do your research, and I don't mean Facebook and social media. I mean do research.
Research.
You know? There are different organizations and different. Just read up on it, you know, and then take it from there.
Okay.
Because I think reading, I think social media is so opinionated.
Yeah,
and
it's
not always
other people's opinion.
Yeah,
I don't be.
I look at that and I'm going, oh my gosh, you
Yeah.
know. So just do your homework, and from my experience, like moving here is even different from yours. Every time if you're moving to Portugal, the rules change.
Yes.
Periodically.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
But I think for that,
don't get me started.
I really think my experience, you know, when I was working, it was a constant change in the procedures and the expectations at work. You know, and if you know, so you had to adjust and you had to go with it. So all that prepared me.
Yep.
You know, it prepared me, but you have to be open and willing to change.
Yeah.
You know, you can't come to a place thinking, I'm leaving this place because I don't like it, and when I go there, everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
You know, there's no perfect place, but so you have to write your pros and cons of that.
Yeah.
You know, and see, and if it, you know, you have more pros, then fine. But it's if you need to write down before you even start traveling, you know, what you want, what your expectations are, you know, So that way, when you
Please,
go there,
I hope they got the pen out. Press pause and rewind, cause you telling them everything. So
you know, if you write it down, you know, then it might happen. You know, you get a chance. You don't get caught up in the moment. And make bad decisions. You know, or you know, you want to make the best decision. You know, and just pros and cons. You know. Yeah. And write, you know, and ask. But the main thing is, if somebody doesn't like it, it's a possibility that you might. You know. And I think that's, you know, knowing who you are, you know, what your personality is. It may not be for everybody. You know, and if it's not this place, you know, check out other places as well. You know, just maybe not just one place. You know, unless you're absolutely sure you've traveled a lot and you know that's the country you want to be. You know, if not, give some other countries an opportunity so you can be well balanced. Unless you're just really wealthy and you can just, you know, go from place to place.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. I'm on a budget.
She said I'm on a budget. So if you don't mind, let's see. You're making it. We flowing. This conversation flowing. So you're saying you're on a budget, right? So how would you say life is financially in Portugal? So let's say like this audience, American, British, these people are coming in. What advice would you give to them financially to be prepared? What would you say? Would you advise them come work here? Would you say, you know, have your remote job, have your business, whatever it is from the States? Like, how would you, is Portugal affordable versus the States, retiring? How would you,
Wow, that's a big question.
I got you thinking.
Yeah, you got me thinking. Well, for me, I think it would be, you know, it just depends on where you are in the States and, you know, your job and what your financial situation is. But I just knew wherever I retired, I don't know if I looked at it, I didn't look at it financially for retirement as far as one versus the other. The safety, I figure whatever, you know, because when you retire, you have to make it work wherever you are. You have to make it work. You know, on the budget that you have. You know. So for me, and you know, and I was planning and I thought about things, you know, because like healthcare is important, you know, so have a good plan. You know, I thought about that before I even retired, you know, to make sure that my health insurance would cover me. Because it covers me other places. It covers me anywhere in the world. But that was just because of my, you know, job, and so I knew I'd be okay. You know, but you could make it here, health-wise, because I think it's more expensive in the States. Medically. But the thing of it is, if you come here, you'll be okay if you learn Portuguese, because you can go then you can, you know, go to the health center. But you've got to be able to speak Portuguese, I think, to be successful. You know, which I'm learning Portuguese. And that's public,
right? You're talking about public.
The public, the public. Okay. Private is good. That's what I do. You know, but public, they sort of expect you, you know, to speak Portuguese.
Gotcha.
You know, you're already having a problem. So, you know, I don't know if you really want to, you know, you're trying to deal with your health, and then you're trying to deal with the language. That's a lot. So if you're thinking Portugal, I say start learning Portuguese. So that's she's answering you. So
and
I have a person that.
So I want to. Okay. So we'll touch upon the Portuguese. Let's go to the healthcare real quick, right? So for the, you know, we won't say older. You know, we all young. You know.
Excuse me. We have to say this. The lady just came. Guess who she brought that?
So the lady just brought us these pastries and some drinks. So we
sitting here. And this is how nice. This is how nice they are.
Cheers.
We didn't take obrigada.
Muito obrigado. Let me just make sure we're good.
This is Portugal.
Hospitality.
This is the hotel we met, and this is my hotel. This is where I only stay. You know, I haven't stayed. The age I am, I haven't stayed at a hotel where I've gotten been treated with the love. You know, the love that I get here. You know, that's good, isn't it?
Good. That's good. So,
that's so nice. You know, they don't. Sorry, but this is It may not be the richest country, but it's so full of love.
Yeah.
All these things add up.
Yep. So we'll touch on the health insurance. So most people that come here, if they're coming from another country, if you don't mind, because you're retired here. So how has your experience been with the private health insurance? Personally, I would say just get private health insurance because it's very affordable. I'm currently right now getting hip treatment. Hip. My MRI was 60 euros, which is about $65. If that was the States, it probably would have been like, what, 3,000 or something?
Something like that. I don't have been
something like that.
But it's sort of ridiculous.
Monthly bill for health insurance is 58. Cell phone bill. So how is if you don't mind talking about health insurance experience?
Okay, here's a really good one. I'd say a recent one. It was the same procedure that you have as you get a certain age, and I had it in the States the last time. And first thing you do when you're in the States, before they even make that appointment, you see the admin to make sure that your insurance covers it. That's the first thing.
And that costs money.
And so here, I was having the same procedure. And so I go, and they made the appointment and everything, and I took care of everything. I go to the hospital, have the procedure, and so I'm thinking, I'm going to have to pay first. They don't ask me anything. They didn't,
Here, you're talking about here in Portugal now?
In Portugal.
Okay.
They didn't even, well, maybe they recognized it because I've been for other things, but we didn't talk about how much it was going to cost anything. I had the procedure. They said at the end of your procedure, before you leave, you didn't pay. Because if they do the procedure and they notice something that they need to do something, then they can do that. If they need, something's going on, they notice something, they'll take care of it. So your cost might be different. So you pay is the last thing you do. In the States, you pay before they even see you. Well, after they see you, they'll, they have to check with your insurance to make sure everything, whether they'll, cover it or how much they'll cover it before they do it.
Yeah.